Question number 6 from homework 3.5. A waste management company is designing a rectangular construction dumpster that will be twice as long as it is wide. So remember, it says twice as long. If we have our width W, then L length is going to be 2W. And must hold 14 cubic yards. Let me write down 14 cubic yards of debris. Find the dimension of the dumpster that will minimize its surface area. So let's start working. Okay, so I'm going to draw that so-called dumpster. Okay. Okay, this is not, 1 second, real good. I need to have this line here so it will go parallel. Okay, and then from here and lastly, there we go. Making smaller. And we got it. So what do we have here? This width is X. This one is Y. And this is Z. I'm taking from the picture of the word problem. So we have that length is twice as long as width. So Y is equal to X. So our sides X, Y, Z. And it must hold the, how much? 14. Let's double check. Yes, 14. Volume must hold 14 yard cubed, okay, of debris. We need to find dimension of the dumpster that will minimize its surface area. Let's start working. So, as I said, X will represent width, Y will represent length, and Z will represent height. So, the area surface area is equal the sum of all areas of the sides. So let's see, for this side, 2yz, this side and this side here, right? So it's going to be 2yz, and then top and bottom, it's going to be 2yx, but here we need to keep in mind that top portion is going to be open, right? So we don't need because it's open, we are not going to have 2, but we're going to have only x, correct? So x and y. So I'm cleaning these two, we understand? Because it's a dumpster, the top has to be opened. So y and x going to be only 1, not 2. And then plus, same way, 2xz. Let me shade this one, this side. Okay. All right, so 1, 2, 3. Okay, so let's replace the length of y. It's going to be 2. Instead of y, it's going to be 2x times z. Plus, instead of y, it's going to be 2x times x. And plus 2xz. So we are getting 4xz plus 2x squared and plus 2xz. And as a result, a is equal 2x squared plus 6xz. Because it's asking, the problem asking for dimension of the dumpster that will minimize surface area. And we have here surface area, 2x squared plus 6xz. So next step, we should take derivative, right? Assign to 0, get critical point, and find out its maximum or minimum. If it's minimum, then we could plug in original this area and get the answer. But we have x and z, we have two variables, and it's for derivative, we have to taking derivative, we have to use implicit derivative. This topic come in next homework, but if we can get rid of second variable, it will be much easier because we will have to take derivative only with one variable. So let's see how we are going to get rid of it. So we know already the same trick we were using through volume, because volume is given 14, and we know the formula for volume: length, width, height, right? Which in this case, x, y, and z. Well, first I put width, x is width. Doesn't matter, it's multiplication. So from here, I'm going to write down that 14 is equal x, y is going to be 2x, right? And times z. Okay, so I have x and z. Once I find z from here, I will have all x around. So dividing by 2x squared, because here we have 2x squared. So this is going to be gone, right? And we are getting z is equal 14 over 2x squared. Very good. Let's plug it here. A is equal to x squared plus 6x times, let me see, move it a little bit higher, times 14 over 2x squared. Let's do simplifications. and then 6 and 2 also. 1, this is 3. And we are getting 2x squared plus 3 times 14, 42 over x. Okay, so now let's take, since we expressed with x, now we can, with clean conscience, go ahead and take derivative. And derivative a prime is equal 4x. Now 42 over x. I'm going to represent 42 is going to stay. I'm going to take care of 1 over x, right? Because 42 over x, it's the same thing. 42 times 1 over x. So 1 over x I'm representing as x to power negative 1. That's a formula. Okay? So which means derivative of x to negative 1 prime, it's going to be negative 1 and times x to power negative 1 minus negative 1, right? And we are getting negative x to negative 2. Correct? Okay. And which going to be, so plus this 42 and negative x to power negative 2. That is equal, a prime is equal for x plus, okay, going to be minus, because we have negative x, 42. And x to negative 2 is equal 1 over x to positive 2. So we divide x to, at the x to power positive 2. So now to solve get the critical value, in, so meaning either minimum or maximum, we're going to assign it to 0. 4x minus 42 over x squared is equal 0, right? So from here, it's the equation, so bring to common denominator, which is x squared, which means 4x, x squared is here in denominator, and then the same x squared in numerator. Officially, we should put here also x squared and x squared, but because we have 0, it makes no sense. I'm just showing you that you have to have across the equation same denominator to be able to drop it, denominator. And from here we are getting 4x squared, x cubed, minus 42 equals 0. 4x cubed equal 42. Okay, and x cubed is equal 42 over 4. If I reduce by 2, it's going to be 21. Reduce by 2, it's going to be 2. So we get x cubed is equal 21 over 2. That is equal 10.5. Right? Okay. 10.5, and I need to take cubic radical. Okay, let's take cubic radical, and we will get the answer. Let me see. (10.5) cubic radical, I get x is equal 2.2 decimals, yeah, 2.19. So this critical point, 2.19, is a minimum because the second derivative is going to be positive, right? So what do we have? 4x cubed minus 42 So you take derivative, it's gonna become positive number. So I'm not going to go over second derivative over again. It's gonna be positive, therefore this is gonna be, if it's a2 is positive, so we are going to get, if a second derivative it's positive, that means it's going to be concave up, right? So falling down, 0, and then up. Remember what I said, -1, m is equal 0, m is equal 1. Now, if you wonder why I'm taking 1, you can take 2, 3, 5, whatever, but the bottom line is, on the left side is going to be negative, right side, because it's rising, going to be positive, and at the critical point it's going to be 0. So it's positive concaving up, which means this point is going to be minimum, meaning 2.19 is going to be our minimum. So from here, so we have x. From here, our y, we know it's 2x, which is equal to times 2.19. And this is going to be equal 4.38. 4.38. Now we have x, we have y. We need to find z. Well, we have two ways to find z. We either can go through this area formula, or through, where is it? Through volume. I think volume is going to be much easier. So let's see. V is equal x, y, z, right? So we get V is equal, x is 2.19 times y is 4.38 times z, right? So z from here is equal, we need to divide 2.19 and 4.38. So we need to divide by 2.18 and 4.38. So what do we have? This is canceling. This is gone. And here we have 2.18. This is multiplication. All right. Our V was 14, right? Yes, it was 14 cubic yards. So let me write down 14 divided by 2.18 times 4.38, and that is equal our z. Okay, let me see. 2.18 times 4.38, that is 9.55, rounding up, and 14 divided by 9.55 is equal 1.47, rounding up. So we have x is 2.19, that's a width, y is 4.38, and z is 1.47. Okay, let me take the picture of it, so when I enter the answers, I will have... Okay, now back to our case. Oh, this equation, surface area formula, we entered, but we didn't check. Let's check it. Write the surface area formula in terms of width x. Assume dumpster has open top. Well, I don't understand. We entered already, so did we got the right way? Hold on, let me check something. Number 6. 1 second. Give me 1 second, and I will It's a 3.5 homework. 1 second, guys. Yeah, not formula, but let me see. They want the area, this one, the entire area, not formula, but the equation or expression of our area, this one. So it's 2x squared because the one we put, this one is just a formula. But here we plugged in the formula our data. So we have to put 2x squared plus 42 over x. Okay? So 2x squared plus 42 over, where is x here? Check final. And now we will enter dimensions. So what do we have? Our width is x, which is going to be 2.19. Okay, and it's measured in yard. The length is our y, which is going to be 4.38. Measurement's going to be yard. And the height is it's z, 1.47. 1.47. And it's going to be yard. Let's check. Okay, at least one of the answer I have checked, and I'm curious. I'm going to click final check. I want to see what they are saying, which one is wrong. 219, 438, 146. I officially declare 146 is wrong because I'm getting 1.4659, so it's supposed to be 147. So they are wrong, I am right. I'm not accepting this. When you round it, you get 1.47. That's all right. Moving to question number 7. Yeah, I was curious because I know I solved correct. Number 7. So now we're going to solve economical type of question. All right, it's going to be interesting for people who are going to business. So what do we have? Rags Ltd, a clothing firm, determines that in order to sell X suits, the price per suit must be, let me write down, P is equal 170 minus 0.75 X. So, and price per unit is X. Next, it also determined that the total cost of producing X suits is, so P was price and cost is C. C of X is equal 5,000 plus 0.5x squared. Okay, so determine that the total cost, okay, cost is total, but the price is per unit, okay? Given price is per unit, but cost is total cost of producing X amount of suits. So what do we have? First question, find the total revenue Rx. So let me write down. Let me work with green color this time. X is a price per unit. Okay. No, amount of, I'm sorry. LTD clothing that determine X suits. Okay, amount of suits. Okay. Okay. I'm wrong. Amount of suits. P is a price per clothing per unit. So it's equal 170 minus 0.575x. And the total cost, this is price per unit. Total cost is equal 5,000 plus 0.5x squared. Okay, so question number 1. We need to find the total revenue Rx. Total revenue Rx. So the revenue Rx is equal price per unit times amount of units, right? And this is going to be equal X times 170 minus 0.75x. So, and that's going to be 170x minus 0.75x squared. And this is our revenue. Okay, now B, let's see, 170, let's enter this information, 170x minus 0.75x squared. Let's enter this. Total revenue is 170 minus 0.75x. Wait, let me double check. 170x minus 0.75x squared, okay. X minus x squared. Cut it in time. Okay. Moving to B. B is find the total profit, okay? Let's go find total profit. If revenue is this much, and total cost, this is total cost, total cost is this much, then profit, P of X, is going to be equal revenue, whatever they made, minus whatever they spent, right, to find pure profit, minus C of X. So this is equal 170x minus 0.75x squared. Since I'm subtracting, it's everything at C of X, it's going to flip the sign, minus 5,000 and minus 0.5x squared. Okay, do we have any like terms? Yes. So P of X is equal, I'm going to put first x squared in descending order, negative 0.5x squared, negative, okay, 1.25x squared plus 170x and minus 5,000. Okay, this is our B. Let me take a picture so I can enter in the answer. All right, let's enter in the answer. P of x negative 1.25 x to power 2 plus 170x and minus 5,000. Fantastic. Question C. Let's see what is asking question C. How many the suits must the company produce and sell in order to maximize profit? Here is interesting part. So what do we have to do here? I hear some people saying first derivative. Correct. To maximize, minimize, we are taking derivative. So P prime of x is going to be negative 1.25 times 2 will be x plus 170, and 5,000 becomes 0. So from here, P prime of x is equal, so 1.25 times 2 is going to be equal 2.5, negative 2.5x and plus 170. Okay, so the derivative is defined for all kinds of x. So critical value we are taking equals 0, right? So negative 2.5x is equal negative 170, and x is equal 170 divided by 2.5, and we are getting 68. We need 68 suits to maximize or minimize the profit. Now, second derivative. If I take the second derivative, what do I get? P second derivative of x, I'm getting equal negative 2.5, right? Which is negative, minus. Since it's minus, that means concaving down, which means up, it's positive 1 slope, 0, and down, m is equal negative 1, which means it's going down from 1 to 0 to negative 1. It's decreasing, which means concaving down, and that means this critical point is maximum. So we need to make 68 suites to maximize the profit. Okay, so let's put this answer, 68. Did I put 68? Oh, 69. Well done. So we have D. What is maximum profit? So to find maximum profit, what we're gonna do, take 68 and plug into our original profit, this one. That is our original profit, right? So it's going to be probability of, not probability, profit. So statistics, P we put probability, is equal negative 1.25 times 68 squared plus 170 times 68 and minus 5,000. Okay? So I did the math portion. Negative 1.25 times 68 squared is negative 5,780. This 170 times 68 is this much, and minus 5,000. So let's do the math. So 11,560 minus 5,780, and then minus 5,000, and I'm getting 780. Okay, 170 times 68. Seems to me I don't like something here. Hold on, let me double check. It's kind of too little. This much expenses for $780. No, that's not good. Let me check. 68 times 68, 4,624 times 1.25 with negative 5,780. Okay. Next, 170 times 68, we get 11,560, and then minus 5,000. Well, let's try 700. Let me do one more time this math. 11,560 minus 5,780, get 5,780, and minus 5,780. Okay, let's place the answer, $780. I mean, yeah. Let me see if it's right. Yeah, okay. Well, they made a little bit money altogether. So the price per unit, now we need to find the price per unit. Okay. This was D, and we are going for price per unit. Price per unit is the value of given price function for production level that we have in C. So we have X is equal 68. So this 68 we are going to plug into our original price. Where is it? 170, here it is. 170 minus 0.75x. Let's do it. P is equal 170 minus 0.75x. And from here, x is equal 60. We are plugging x is equal 68. So this is equal 170 minus 0.75 times 68. Okay, 0.75 times 68, that makes 51, and 170 minus 51, we are getting 119. So the price per unit is $119. Let's enter. Fantastic. Okay, so question number 8, 9, 10 I will record in next video, so it won't be too long. So if you need to find this or that question, it would be easy for you to scroll and find it. Okay, so in next video will be 8, 9, 10.